Alright, y'all. Sorry about that. My phone had died. Um, but this is the part two continuance. Alright, let me see if I can turn this off. There we go. Okay. Yes, we are back. Sorry, y'all. My phone died. But as I was saying, so like I said, this masculine has to start speaking their truth. Um, when it comes to the commitments that they're making on a physical level, okay, so they're not telling the truth in a lot of situations. They're not telling the truth to their divine feminines. They're not telling the truth to these karmics. You know, they're not even telling the truth about nothing. So they really have to, what they call in the Bible, repent. All right, they really have to start speaking their truth. Um, and they really need to start telling the truth. Okay? So that's why I said, you know, this is where unconditional love come in, because when you know that these masculines are not right in the head, okay, because clearly, let's keep it real, the masculines are not right in their head. All they think with is their penis, okay? They're not thinking with their heart. They living by illusion, and they're not keeping it real with themselves, okay? So it's not the mind completely, and it's not the soul. It's just the physical body, which is the base chakra, which is these masculines are two in their base chakra, okay, which is a sexual organ, okay. The like how they say, okay, um, you know, don't let your sexual urges control your living. All right, a lot of them are full of ego and pride because they're too overly sexual. Okay, it is a sex organ, their ego, which is controlling the body. It's not their inner God. It's not their minds. It's just the fact that their sexual organs is triggering a filthy mind, which is making a lot of them be so lustful and get into situations that they shouldn't be in. Okay? So this is where forgiveness and unconditional love come in. So if you have a clear idea of what your masculine, like I said, I'm gonna finish. This masculine did have to, and they will have to let go and know their truth. So they will have to let go and speak their truth eventually. Okay. Um, when it comes, like I said, when it comes to these masculines, they're sexually driven. Okay. They don't want to listen to spirit because spirit will stop them from fucking a bunch of bitches or lying, doing what the world is programming them to do, doing what their dicks is programming them to do. Let's keep it real. Okay. So they only leading and living by their penis. Okay, the brain down here thinks more than the brain up there, and that's why it's not resonating with them completely or not clicking with them, because it's not starting from top to bottom. It's starting from bottom to top, and that's not the right balance. Okay, so this is why you gotta forgive them, because at the end of the day, they know not what they do, because the brain is not at the bottom. The brain, they don't have a brain in the penis. The penis is just an organ, all right? And they allow their organ to drive them in situations due to beauty, lust, money, power, sex, drugs, shit like that. Those who are married, you know, they're committing only because they're just like brainwashed and shit like that. They don't have their own soul. They don't love themselves completely. And they are a prime example of somebody who don't love themselves. Just because you want a diamond ring don't mean you got to go and buy it. Okay? It don't mean you got to go and buy it. So just because this masculine is with this karmic didn't mean he had to go and be with this karmic. Trust and believe, it was never love when it came to this karmic. It was straight lust. They either liked the fat ass, they either liked the shape of the body, they liked the face, they liked the illusion that this karmic painted, and that's it. When it comes to the divine feminine triggers them from within, and the ego is intimidated by that. So the ego will do whatever it takes to program the body to stay asleep and stay physical. Not saying that there are not some beautiful karmics out there who have the same features. I mean, not beautiful karmics, but beautiful divine feminines that have the same features as karmics. But you touch the masculine in a deeper level. Hold on. Okay, baby, hold on, come here. Are you done with your meal? You want to play? Okay. You sleepy? Okay. So anyway, I'm just gonna sit him right here with me as I channel this masculine. So this is exactly why this masculine is very lonely because, like I said, they're still suffering. They're suffering from denial. They're suffering because they know deep down inside that this is not what they're supposed to be doing. Even if they did stay with this karmic for the right reason, it's still not the right reason. Because at the end of the day, if they really truly love this karmic enough, they would tell this karmic the truth. They would say to this karmic, I'm spiritually, divinely connected to this woman that I've met, okay? And they don't know how to say that. They don't know how to say that and tell the karmic that she was not the one. You know what I'm saying? But they can tell the divine feminine that with no, with their eyes closed and their hands tied behind their back because they don't have that physical chemistry. They have a spiritual chemistry with some of you feminines, okay? They might have known this karmic, and if they didn't know this karmic, they still, it's just the fact that they're running from the truth, okay? They're running from the fact. But that doesn't mean that that's your masculine. That's your masculine body, okay? That's the body and the body's action. Spirit has nothing to do with that. Spirit is trying to get the masculine to realize your ego and your pride is too big, okay? But this masculine is going, this is why it's a spiritual warfare, because the war is that the spirit is having problems getting control of their physical bodies because there's too much distractions going on. Every time you're on Instagram, you got all these little Instagram prostitutes and hoes on there showing off their ass and reprogramming these men, okay, to be lustful, okay? We need more women to stop showing so much of their asses and tits and shit all over the place. They need to cover the fuck up because this is what's making these masculines very lustful. These little boys are growing up lustful as shit because it's easy to find naked or half naked ass females on fucking Instagram. So it's not the fact that we can't have our masculine, it's the fact that the masculine is going to continue being programmed due to society and what the hell's going on in society, okay? Like, even females. We go and we see a bunch of male, freaking males on there showing their chests and flexing with their little, dick prints and shit all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's a sexual thing, What they call it, how they say it? They say sex sells, okay? And they're selling a bunch of bullshit, okay? Intercourse is supposed to be special. Intercourse is supposed to be private. This is why they call your private parts, okay? People are not making it private no more. People are making this shit public. You feel what I'm saying? And then wonder why the world is so fucked up today. Because, everybody's exposing themselves. And they're not exposing their truth. They're making and programming they're programming these men. So it is what it is. Like, this is why it's important to try your best, because this is why these men cannot commit, because they're chasing an illusion. Okay, even when they're with this karmic, they're still cheating, they're fantasizing. And this is exactly why the divine feminine is always supposed to be within that masculine's mind to show that masculine, I'm the one you need. I'm the one you want. And this is why it's important to take it spiritual. Okay, it's important to take it back to the spirit realm, because in the spirit realm, okay, it's a mind thing. It's a programming thing. So the only way you can get into this masculine's mind is not physically. You can only get into your masculine's mind spiritually. You have access. You are a divine partner. You are the chosen one that God said you can come within your masculine mind. You do have the power to do that because I give you permission to connect to your masculine. So you got to meet your masculine in the spirit realm. You got to be all that they think about, all that they see, and all that they talk about. But there is the battle of the physical. Okay, they're not going to just run to you in physical, because guess what? They could just easily scroll up and see an ass naked bitch that's going to program them. If they do want to meet with you and they do want to come to you or they do want to text you, there's an Instagram chick or a Facebook chick showing half-ass bodies, and then they're right back into programming, just that quick. So that's how easy it is, just by holding a cell phone and got a screen picture of a sexy bitch on the front page. It's a distraction. It's a programming. It's a reminder. It's a trigger that triggers the mind. Okay? So We just got to be mindful. And this is what the masculine has to wake up from. The masculine has to wake up from this illusion that's been painted in front of them. This is why they don't have enough strength to speak their truth or tell their truth. This is why this masculine is not being committed to their karmic as well, because at the end of the day, they're not telling the truth about anything. Okay, they're just lusting. And they can't lust the divine feminine because the divine feminine is what the ego is telling them to stay away from. The ego is telling them to stay away while the God or the spirit is telling them to go to. So the ego is saying, okay, well, look at this fat booty chick or this big breasted chick or this chick in a half bikini versus you going to your divine partner and she won't be like her. So what they're going to do is, with the ego or the program of the male mind is going to program them to stay asleep. So it's not your fault, divine feminine. What I got a ringing in my ear. It's not your fault, divine feminine, while your masculine is not strong enough to defeat the world's programming. Okay? This is exactly what's going on. They have to change their mindset. They have to change what if they really want to change, they'll get rid of Instagram. Okay? If they really want to get out of these situations, they'll get out of it. But they have to make that change. They have to say, I want to change. Okay? But the only way you can help them is internally. Okay, you got to help God within them as well as yourself to help them by self-loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, it will imitate in your mind, which will send a frequency to your masculine to love and trigger them to love themselves too. But if you're triggering them jealousy and ego and envy of jealousy of another female, what they're going to do is try to attract to another female. Okay? So it's all how you reflect. Okay? It's all how you reflect. It hurts, I know it does, but it's the truth, it's the truth. You got to be prepared to fight this battle, to save yourself along with your masculine, along with God, all right? The connection is definitely real and it ain't fake at all. You got to fight this battle. And if you're a karmic watching this and you're just looking for keys and notes, you'll be exposed because the universe is on the truth side, not the lie, okay? If you're a masculine watching this, you just need to grow up. If you're just like this, you need to grow the fuck up and realize the world has programmed you to be a lustful, demonic ass person. And you need to say, you know what? I'm not that. I know that's not who I am. So I'm going to step away from the programming. You got to step away from it, But I want to do some more cards, but I got my son in my hand. Let me see if I can put him down real quick and I can pull some cards on what the masculine is feeling about the feminine. Okay. There you go. There you go. So this is why they say you must send love and respect to this masculine. You got to try to help this masculine understand it. You can't just say, hey, look, you need to wake up. You can't say it out your mouth. Hold on. What's the matter? He was asleep. He was asleep before I started live. But you can't just say it out your mouth because they're not going to hear you. Okay? What they hear is like Charlie Brown, womp, 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 when you try to talk to them. Okay? So what you got is going in one ear and out the other. In order for it, it's going one ear and out the other. So it's not sticking to the brain. So the best thing for a karmic divine feminine to do is connect to the brain, which is the mind, which is where the soul lies, okay? Behind the eyes, okay? So instead of you speaking to your masculine from ear to ear, okay, these are the two ears, there's the brain. You got to connect back to the understanding. You got to meet them, meet them on the spirit realm. Because just like the intuition is inside their minds, so is your divine feminine. And you can feel your masculine as well, okay? You got to fight from within. And that's the best way to get your karmic out of his life and get that masculine to be more focused because you will be within his mind. It would be times where your masculine will say, why can't I get you out of my mind? That's good. And that means you were doing something right, okay? When this masculine looks at the phone and see this half-naked ass female, what they're going to do is say, they're going to think about you because you painted the picture in their head of who you are. Okay, so let's move on and find out what's going on with this masculine and what does the masculine feel about the divine feminine at this moment. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my baby boy. What? Why you being so dramatic? Huh? I know you want some attention. He wants some attention, y'all. I know. Okay, hold on. Messiah. I don't see it. Where is it? There it is. There you go. Okay. Let me turn some lights on for him. It's probably too dark. All right. So let's see if I can continue. But yeah, anyway, so let's see what's going on. All right. So your first one is universal abundance is coming your way. All right. So if you are doing your work and you are connected, universal abundance is coming. So what that means is whatever the universe have. Okay. Keeping my I'm keeping my options open. Okay. Like I said, this masculine is keeping their options open. So that also means, like I said, this masculine is cheating on the karmic. Okay, they're not being faithful, um, but they're still keeping their options open in order to connect to you. So that's why they're suffering because they want to get their bodies in order. Okay, I'm ready to start our new, our journey. Okay, everything happens for a reason. Divine timing is at work. Okay, let's see what else. So they're keeping their options open for you. Okay, before I knew you, I knew you. Okay, they knew you first on the spirit realm before they met you in the physical. Okay, I remember you from my past life, and there is no coincidence we met again in this life. Okay, there is a purpose here that must be completed. Okay, so they know what's going on, and that's why they're suffering because they know exactly what it is they're supposed to be doing, but they're running from commitment. They're running from unity, but eventually they know they will have to. So their spirit is telling you they will be coming because the more and more they have to fight, which means the more and more the connection is being sought through and it's getting to them. Okay? This masculine is suffering and will have to eventually come in. Hold on a second. What's your matter, Papa? Hmm? You want a toy? You want a toy? Let me see. All right, y'all. Let's see what's going on with us, spirit. Okay. Okay, it says, let my soul speak first. You will know my true feelings. Okay, so like I said, I don't think, okay. So he wants you to know to let his soul speak before he speaks. Okay, you know the true feelings. All right. Okay, yes, that is me in your dreams, and yes, that, it is real. You guys, I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can turn this off. Can I turn it off? Yeah, there you go. All right. I'm going to have to do it like this. Turn on the backlight. All right. What else, Spirit? I may go live again, you guys, because I feel another frequency coming through. Okay. This one says, call me. Let's connect. Okay. So like I said, this masculine wants to call you, connect to you. Okay. I can't believe this is real. All right. So they can't believe it's real. Like I said, this is exactly why they're in fear. Because they can't believe this is happening. They can't believe they have to make a choice. They can't believe they have to grow up. Love me, mind, body, and soul. Okay? Love me, mind, body, and soul. Like in my last few videos, I talked about the mind, the body, and the soul balance. Okay? Just because you don't see the body acting according to the soul, you could tell that they're not mind, body, and soul. You have to allow them to be balanced within themselves. Allow them to do their work. And while they're doing their, you may not see them, but you can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel when they're going through a good time. You can feel when they're going through a bad time. You can feel it because you, the feminine, divine feminine, you have access to the connection. So you can feel what's going on with this masculine. Okay? All right? But I'm going to, let me see. Let me do something else. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. What else, Spirit? Okay? It says you're very close to achieving your goal. All right? You guys are very close to achieving your goal. When you start doubting the union, that's how, you know you're getting close because you start doubting the union and you get impatient because you can feel the connection is getting close, but you start doubting it. When you start doubting it, it's like you putting it back into a limbo situation. So when you start feeling doubts, that's when it's getting challenging. That means you guys are getting close. But once you start doubting it, it's going to send you right back on a roller coaster ride because you've allowed yourself to descend. Once you start feeling that way, you stay in that ascension. Okay? Step out of your comfort zone. Okay? Once you start feeling that connection, okay, don't run from it. Just accept the shift. Okay, like I said, accept the shift, and it may take you out of your comfort zone, but that's how you know you're getting close. If you get close, stay in it, stay on it. You know, even if it's not making you feel good, you know, you got to stay there because in order to shift, there will always be a new level. Okay, it's time to take the action. Okay. So like I said, when that moment comes and you start feeling like doubt, that's how you know you're getting real close to your union. And all of a sudden, ego feels the need to go harder and harder, and then spirit go harder and harder, and you just feel this big old rush of emotions that's going up and down. What you have to do is, with the knowledge that you learn and the knowledge that you gain, to help you stay balanced so that you can move up, and don't jump up and down. You're like this. This is what the ego, spirit ego, spirit ego, spirit ego, spirit ego. You got to trust in your union where you're going to stay in spirit and keep elevating. Okay? So when you start feeling like there's no hope and you start giving up, as soon as you get to the finish line, you give up, you turn around, you've missed your chance to win. Okay? Not saying that this is a game like that kind of game, but you miss your chance to win because you start doubting and you ended right by the finishing line, but you turn around. So, okay, balance your spirituality and your practicality. Ugh, I can't say it. Okay. So balance, like I said, balance it. Like once you start feeling this big old urge and giving up, that's when you're about to be close to your next level. Okay. That's when you're about to get close to your next level. So don't run to that finish line and give up and say it's done. I'm done. Run through that finish line. Okay. That's you coming to the end of that cycle. Keep going. Okay. Keep going. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable, but you got to do it. Okay. If you want to achieve your goal, you're going to step out of that situation that makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay. You got to take that action. Okay. This is about spiritual and practical. I said it. Okay. I split it. I can't say that last. Spirituality and practical. It's just spiritual and physical action. Okay. In order to achieve what you need. So just because you don't see it taking action, that don't mean you don't feel it taking action. And just because you don't feel it taking action and you see it taking action, don't mean it's taking action. So you got to have and use your discernment to divide the two. Okay? To divide the two. All right? I'm not sure I almost burned my damn thing. Probably did. Yeah, it did. Oh, well. It's replaceable. So anyway. But that's the truth of it all, okay? So just because you don't feel, just because you're going through the shift right now, this is your trials and your tribulations. This is what you gotta face. This is what you gotta go through, okay? So be strong, okay? I'm not gonna stay on here too long because he's calling me. But anyway, peace and blessings to you all. If you want to find out if you are one of the ones you're masculine or find out what situation you're facing, just inbox me and let me know what's going on. Follow me on my social medias, Instagram, Facebook. Book your appointments through my Facebook Messenger or my Instagram Messenger if you want to book a personal reading to find out where you at. Please comment, like, subscribe. Okay. I try to do as much as I can when it comes to these lives and stuff. But as you can see, I have a son that clearly needs TLC every time I get on. But anyway, I will give some to y'all and I will give more to him. So peace and blessings to you all. I may jump back on a little later when he sleep. I might have to just do my lives a little later when he goes to, the sleep that actually keeps him sleeping all night. But peace and blessings to you all. Thank you all for your love and support. All right. Like I said, I may jump back on later. So y'all stay tuned. Peace.